Hello, everybody, and welcome to the How to Start a Credit Repair Business in 10 Easy Steps. Now, I'm going to go over the main key points that you need to know when it comes to starting a credit repair business. The first thing you need to understand is the federal laws, the laws that regulate credit repair companies. Now, the law you want to concentrate on is the Credit Repair Organization Act. Now, what is this law? This law regulates credit repair companies, and basically it outlines what credit repair companies can and what credit repair companies cannot do. Now, if you want to get your hands on a copy of this PDF, just type in Credit Repair Organization Act. Now, it's very important if you're starting a credit repair business that you read through this document and understand everything it's saying and try to follow all the clauses that this particular law stipulates. For example, the type of clauses that they have in the law are as follows. You cannot lie for your customer. So if your customer tells you an account is accurate, you can't turn around and do a dispute and say that it's inaccurate when your customer just told you that it was accurate. So basically, you can't mislead the customer, you can't lie on the behalf of a customer, or you can't tell the customer to lie. Now, these are some of the clauses that they have in the Credit Repair Organization Act. One of the main clauses that the Credit Repair Organization Act has is taking money up front clause. The Credit Repair Organization Act prevents credit repair companies, consultants, anybody that's providing advice to consumers. You cannot take money up front until you render services. So what this means is that you have to do a service first and then you can ask for payment. But you can't ask for payment first and then render the service after. That's a no-no for the Credit Repair Organization Act, and you can be fined heavily if you practice this type of strategy or this type of technique. Now, many credit repair companies in the past have been shut down by the Federal Trade Commission, okay, who enforces the Credit Repair Organization Act, for violating clauses in the Credit Repair Organization Act. So when you're starting your credit repair company again, make sure that you read through the Credit Repair Organization Act. The second very important thing you need to do is you need to research your own state laws. Now, every state has their own laws when it comes to credit repair companies. Every state has their own regulations when it comes to credit repair companies. Now, why is it so important for you to research your state laws? It's because you want to know what your state law says that you can and you cannot do as a credit repair company, right? So you want to go online and you want to Google your state and then put in credit repair company or your state credit repair company laws. And you want to make sure you read through that document carefully. Take notes regarding the things that your particular state law is saying pertaining to credit repair. Now, one of the big things most state laws require a credit repair company to have is a surety bond. A surety bond is like a type of insurance that blankets you in case a consumer files a complaint against you. The surety bond will kind of stand in the way, and the consumer will file a complaint, and the complaint will go against the surety bond. It's for you, but they will file their complaint with the surety bond. So you want to make sure you take a look at your state law and find out what requirements are needed to obtain a surety bond. Some states require you to register your company with them, and they may ask you to register your company with the Attorney General's office, or they may ask you to register your company with the Secretary of State. Again, these requirements will be built into the contract or built into the law that that particular state has. Another major thing that states require you to do is to provide your customer with a contract before you render any services. And there's certain things you need to put in that contract before you can render any services. And again, your state laws will tell you what to put in the contract before you render any services. So the third step on how to start a credit repair business is contracts. Contracts are very important. Why? Because not only do the Credit Repair Organization Act require you to have some sort of contract or agreement to give to your customer, your state law requires you to have some sort of contract or agreement to give to your customers. So what we recommend is that you have a credit analysis contract first when you perform a credit audit or credit review of your customer's credit. So you have a credit analysis contract and you have a basic credit restoration contract. So you want to make sure you have two of those before you render any services for your particular client. Now, you want to have them separate because they're defining separate services. You want to have a credit analysis agreement when you perform your credit analysis and then you charge them. Then you want to have a credit restoration agreement. So when you do service for them every single month, you charge them for that service. So you have two separate contracts. Now, you also want to have what we call is a credit analysis completion list. And this is just a summarized list of things that you performed or did in your credit analysis. And you want to send that over to your client so they fully understand why they are paying you this money for the credit analysis. And then you want to have a fully flushed out credit restoration contract that's detailing all the terms and conditions, your prices, and what you will do for that particular customer for that $99 a month. Very important that you have a contract. And the fourth thing is you want to learn credit repair. This is very important because how can you run a credit repair business if you don't know anything about credit repair? You need to know at least the basics when it comes to running a credit repair business. Now, you don't have to be a master at credit repair, but you need to know the basics, okay? Every consumer has a right to dispute anything on their credit report that they feel that's inaccurate, okay? And one of the ways you can learn credit repair is by books. That's one way you can learn from the comfort of your home. A second way is by purchasing software, but the software has to have credit repair training built inside of the software, okay? It can't just be a simple software by itself. It has to give you extensive credit repair training. Another way you can learn is by attending seminars and workshops, okay? There are some great workshops and some great seminars out there in the market that will teach you the basics of credit repair. And another way to learn is by getting one-on-one coaching. And of course, when you get one-on-one coaching, it's going to be more expensive than taking a workshop or buying software or reading a book. But these are just 4 ways you can learn credit repair if you know nothing about credit repair. Now, another way and another step that you need to take when you're trying to start a credit repair business is you have to build a website. You have to have a website for presence. It's very important that you get one. Now, why do you need one right away? Now, you don't need it right away, but you do need it when you start soliciting for customers. Whenever you start asking customers for service, or whenever you start trying to advertise for customers, you need a home that your customers can go to and read about you, read about your services, read about your testimonials, read about your prices. They want to know a little bit about you. So your website has to be there in order for them to check you out, because most people, that's what they do. They go on the internet and they check you out. If they can't come to your office locally, they're going to go on the internet and check you out. And they may even go to the internet and check you out first before they even visit your local office, okay? Now, should you build a website yourself or should you have someone else build it? Well, if you're not a designer, or if you never built a website before, then you should not build a website, and you should not even be messing around with that because it's too time consuming to do that. There's thousands and thousands of people who just specialize in doing that only. So hire someone to build a website for you. You can go to elance.com, you can go to upworks.com, you can go to Craigslist, or you can go to fiverr.com and hire someone to build a website for you. Now make sure the design of your website looks clean. It's not too busy. It's user friendly, okay? And it has great colors. Those are some of the key things you want to look for when you're building a website. You're also going to need a domain name and hosting. So if you're looking to get a domain name or hosting, go to the #1 hosting provider in the country, which is GoDaddy.com. Credit repair software. Now this is a biggie. Why do you need credit repair software? Well, you don't need credit repair software. You can manage everything by using Excel sheets and Microsoft Word if that's what you choose to do. But when you do it that way, it's not productive and you won't be productive with your time. Now you could do it that way when you have 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 clients. But when you start growing your business, you're going to need some sort of software to help you organize your business. Okay. Now the software needs to be user friendly. That's right. It can't be confusing and it can't have too many features. Remember, you are a startup credit repair business and you're just trying to learn this business. So you can't be overwhelmed with 10,000 features on a software that you're not even going to use a third of. So make sure the software is user friendly. You can navigate it very easily. Make sure the software has a lot of automation, okay, to make your job very easy. You don't want to do things manually. Some things you have to do manually, but make sure majority of the software you can automate this process so it makes your life easier with your credit repair business. Now also training. The software should contain training. It should contain training about the software. It should have training regarding credit repair. It should have training regarding sales, market, and lead generation. And it should have training regarding running your credit repair business. Get an 800 number. Now, why is it important to have an 800 number? Well, you don't need an 800 number. You can just use your regular local number if you choose. But it's good to have an 800 number because it shows what? Professionalism. It shows professionalism. People are used to calling 800 numbers. When they see 800 numbers, they think your business is professional. So that's one of the reasons why you want to start off and get an 800 number. Now make sure you get an 800 number that you can track calls. Now you don't have to get an 800 number where you can track the calls, but it's very good to get an 800 number that you can track your calls because you want to see where your customers are coming from, all right? So if people are calling you, you want to know where are they coming from. So whatever company you go with to get your 800 number, make sure you can get an 800 number that has tracking. Now where to get one, where to get them? They're all over the internet. All you have to do is Google, get an 800 number. Now Ring Central is a very popular phone service that offer 800 numbers, and they also offer phone services. So getting the 800 number is very easy, and all you have to do is do a Google search. Now make sure that your voicemail is very professional. So you don't want to have an unprofessional voicemail. If you need to hire some talent to leave your voicemail for you, go to Fiverr.com and hire talent there to record your voicemail. Very, very important that you do these things. Lead capture form. Now, what is a lead capture form? A lead capture form is basically a little box that sits on your website. And when a customer visits your website, you pretty much ask them, can you get their email address or possibly phone number? And in return, you will give them a free consultation or a free book or a free course on credit repair or credit score. That's what a lead capture form is. Now, where do you place these? You place them everywhere on your website, normally on the right hand side at the very top of your website. So every page your customer visits, they will see this lead capture form. Okay? Now, who will set it up? The person that created your website or built your website will be the person that will set the lead capture form up. Now, why do you need a lead capture form? A lead capture form is exactly what it says. It captures leads, people who come into your website, who has questions, who are interested in your credit repair service. They can now enter their email address and phone number so you can capture that lead and later follow up with them and build a relationship. Now, you use these follow-ups and you build these relationships by using a service called Aweber. Aweber is an email service that sends out emails automatically to new customers that come in from your lead capture form. Nurturing funnel. What is a nurturing funnel? A nurturing funnel basically is a system that you set up, right? It's a system that you set up where you can constantly be in touch with your customers. So say, for example, you have 25 customers that signed up for your service. So there's got to be a way that you can stay in front of those customers and keep them educated. That's called nurturing. You want to nurture your customers so you can keep them on board for a long time, right? So you need that so your customers don't quit your services. I mean, you took a long time to get them, and you need to learn how to keep them. Now, the way you set up a nurturing funnel is you use three components. You use email, you use text messaging, and you use voice blast. Okay, there's companies out there that will allow you to connect all three of these sources where on a regular basis, maybe once a week, your customer will get an email, then the next week they will get a text message, and then the next week they will get a voice blast message. And in these messages, you are constantly educating them on the credit repair process, sending you updated credit reports, that sort of thing. And the outcome by setting up this nurturing funnel is that your customers stay with you longer than normal. They stay with your service because you always are in front of them, educating them on a regular basis. Advertising and lead generation. Now, why advertise? Well, you need to advertise, right? If you want to get customers. Advertising, marketing, and lead generation is the number one thing that you have to become a master in. Now, once you understand the basis of running a credit repair business and credit repair, you have to become a master in advertising, marketing, and lead generation if you want your company to grow. If you don't do this, your company will not grow. Now, when should I start? You should start learning how to advertise and market as soon as you get basic understandings of credit repair, running your credit repair business, as soon as you get your website up, you get your contracts in place, any state requirements that's required, you get those in place, then you begin your lead generation and your advertising. Now, what is the cost? Well, the cost can vary when it comes to advertising. Okay, it can run anywhere from $150 a month to thousands of dollars a month. So the cost varies depending on what platform that you advertise in. Now, where should you start when you start advertising? The easiest way and the fastest way to start advertising, if you want to get customers, okay, is by utilizing paid advertising. Paid advertising allow you to get customers quickly. It leads people to your website. It leads your phone ringing. It will allow that to happen. Okay, and one good source you can use, and I'm not going to go into a lot of sources because this is just a quick mini workshop, is you can use Craigslist. Now, when you use Craigslist, you don't do the free advertising, you use the paid advertising of Craigslist. Okay, now I hope you enjoyed this quick little mini workshop on how to start a credit repair business in 10 easy steps. If you want more free training, and if you want to test drive the software, the Client Dispute Manager, go ahead and click the link below, okay, and get started. And again, thank you for watching this training video.